Alright gang, welcome back to our Skyefin Aquafarm series here in Kinlaig. It is September, rain is in the forecast, and today we're going to do what we normally do, sell the fish, all that good stuff. But I'd also love to start getting some things in the ground. Now to do that, it's going to be a little difficult, right? It does take us a little bit of time to do all of the fish selling and everything, so we have to do. We have to drive quite a far ways to get all of this accomplished, right? So we got lucky today, which isn't very often that I can say that we get lucky, but we got lucky today in the used market. There is a tractor in the used market, which I think we're going to purchase today. Not as strong as the case that we're currently using here, but it's still a pretty good tractor overall, and it's going to help allow us to be able to, well, quite frankly, it's going to allow us to do a lot more stuff when it comes to being able to use workers and continue to do the stuff that we want to do throughout the actual farm itself, right? And not have to wait until we get our tractor back to do that, right? So we're likely to buy that today. It will take up some of the money we have now, but it will still give us around half, I think. I think it's about half of what we currently have, the cost of it. So that'll be super nice, right? We'll still be able to produce a little bit of money still in the bank account once we've purchased that. And obviously after we sell these fish, we'll have a little bit more. But yeah, I just think it's time. I think it's time to have a second tractor at this point. It's severely going to help us as we move along as well. And yeah, we'll go from there. Now, it looks like maybe the Skyefin Aquafarm here might be out of fish, maybe? Fish food, excuse me. It's not out of fish food. Just a little bit of a slower grind, I guess. That's okay. I think last time we had 16 pallets. We only got 15 this time. But that's alright. Or not 16. 12 pallets, whatever. We have 11 pallets this time. I don't know why I said 16. Anyway, how's everyone doing today? I hope you're all doing well. Things are good here, man. All things considered. Happy, as I mentioned in the last couple of episodes, happy to be back. Tomorrow's episode of the Competitive One Tile Challenge, I think you're really, really going to enjoy, so make sure you mark your calendar to check that out. A bit of a harmless fight occurred between Crust2 and I. I'm not going to give anything else away besides that, but a bit of a fight happened. You will see. It was pretty funny. Definitely some comedy there, so if you've been enjoying the last couple of episodes or so where there's been a little bit more comedy involved, then I think you're really going to like that one as well. So, but yeah, hope you're doing well. Things are good, man. So it rains in the forecast, like I mentioned. It is September. We don't have a whole lot of months left for us to be actually able to put anything in the ground. And the big problem we have right now is we don't really have any field ready to put anything in the ground. We've got to pick up some more straw off the one field. These fields up here that we've kind of got all the straw up off of and harvested, they are in a situation where they either need to be plowed. I guess we could just straight up, direct drill them. It would mean at that point, though, we would need some kind of a sprayer afterwards, so that's another expense, so I would prefer to not have to do that if I can help it. But we'll see, right? We will see. First thing we're going to do is actually go ahead and put some fish here in the lakes like we've been doing. I suspect we're not going to have any trout at all. Small trout, I should say. Young trout to take. I think they're all going to be... well, maybe I'm wrong, because there's still 7,000 liters there, so maybe I'm wrong. I was going to say I suspect that they're all going to actually be put into these lakes, but maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah, those two are maxed out, so I guess I was wrong. Now, what we're likely going to do here is once I go and unload the rest of the adult trout over in the other lake, the first lake we put in, I'm probably going to actually unhook or uncouple the case here from the trailer and go ahead and start hooking up. Oh, those are going to fall, aren't they? No, they fell the right way. How about that? Probably going to go ahead and unhook the case and hook it up to the plow and actually get a worker started on doing, at least preparing some of these fields to drill, right? Knock out something while we're in the process of going and doing the selling. It's going to help us overall with this episode. Like I mentioned, it's September, right? We don't have a whole lot of time left to actually put something in the ground. If we go ahead and look at the menu here, we've got canola we can do today, and then it's barley and wheat for the next 2 months, and that's it. I mean, I guess we could do oilseed radish or grass if we wanted to, but that's really it. We don't have anything else really we can put in, so definitely need to get this going as soon as possible, I guess is how I should put it. flowers there as well. We're not going to be selling that today. We know that. It's going to be a couple more months before we even consider selling that. All right, I think they are all full now, or pretty much full. They are. Perfect. All right, so there is a little bit left here, which is good. Not a ton, but there's some, so we can definitely work with that. Let's put it that way. Now, our harvester, the header itself won't fit underneath that little shed cover that we've got there, so I just have it sitting outside for right now. It's not the most ideal situation, but it'll be all right. It'll be okay out there. All right, we're going to try to heave up this up here. Perfect. Well, I don't know if perfect is the right answer, but it's up there, so we'll accept it. And we're going to do the same thing over here. Perfect. All right, so that is up there. That shouldn't have any issues at all. So I think what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to get the worker going on doing this in the larger of the two fields. Now, we talked about how we're going to kind of combine this field with part of that field. Still going to do that, but it's going to have to be plowed up no matter what anyway, so we might as well go ahead and get the worker started on it and get it going. And I'm going to show you the tractor we're going to buy here in just a second. It's pretty nice. It's I think we've used it in the past a while ago. But I think it's going to work out really, really well for us. For the most part, it should be able to do everything that we currently have on the farm here. And set the worker. Right, they're underway. In the used market, there is a John Deere 40 Series L, which is fantastic. There's also a planter out here, too. But anyway, it's a great tractor, 174 horsepower, which is around, I think, what we have now. It might even be a little bit more than what we have now. What does the case have? I forget. It is more than what we have now, so even better, right? Even better. It does have the option for us to go to 203 horsepower if we want for $5,000 more. I'm tempted to do that. That way I don't have to fix it again or update it again. So I'm tempted to do that. We've got the option here for wide tires and weights. I feel like that is probably something smart to do. I think, even though the $5,000 is not much, I think I'm just going to stick with the 174 for the time being. It's enough horsepower for right now. I don't think we need any more than that. So beacons, we definitely want a beacon on there. I'm just going to do one for now. Yeah, 3 points fine. Actually, it costs us money for the 3 point. Interesting. I would have thought since it was used, it was already included on there. But that's fine. It already has a front loader on it, which is awesome, right? That's awesome. That already takes care of one of the things that we desperately need. That means we can kind of keep this John Deere up in the yard area and make it a workhorse and buy a front loader for it. I'm not sure if we'll buy it today or not. We might. But anyway, this is what we're going to go with. So the wide tires and weights, you know, I like my wide tires. We like the Michelins. That's what I always get. I always like my Michelins whenever I can. And everything else is, for the most part, standard there, except for the beacon. I guess the beacon does cost money, but I'm going to put it on there anyway. I think it's smart for us to have it. Interesting. So there's little reflectors, but if you put the beacon on, the reflectors go away. I just now noticed that. The reflectors on the very top of the cab there, you see that? They go away. It's interesting. What is the warning? It's just the... Oh, no, there's nothing there. I don't know where the warning is then. I thought it would just be the little triangle thing. You know what I'm talking about? Anyway, I'm getting distracted here. Let's go ahead and buy it. 36,619. It's going to leave us with about about $10,000. But like I said, we will... Whoops. Did not mean to do that. We will... get a lot of that money back right now by selling these fish, right? So, worth it, in my opinion. It gives us a second option and a little more of a chance here to do a little bit more in the same episode, right? Definitely going to be helpful. Now, I'm not going to service it here. I'm going to service this back up at our yard. We did put down, it was quite a while ago. Oh, there goes Byron. We did put down a bit of a service station there in our yard, so we're just going to use that one. It'll be a little bit cheaper for us in the long run, so we're going to use that. But yeah, overall, things are good, man. This series is starting to really pick up steam here. I'm really happy with where we're getting to now. Really happy about it. Now, once we're done selling the fish, likely what we're going to do, I'm I'm going to let the worker continue to do the plowing, and we're going to probably pick up all that straw that we need to pick up off the ground here in this other field that we harvested in the last episode. I talked about for a while, you know, what are we going to do with that straw, and most of my thought was we would go and just sell it outright. I think that's still what we're going to end up doing, is just selling that outright. Which is going to give us a little bit of money as well, right? A little bit more money back on what we purchased here for the tractor, so that's going to be great, right? Anyway, let's get started here. Let's go get all this fish and everything sold, and then we'll jump in and get the straw picked up. There's quite a lot of straw there. It's going to take us a while. In the forage loading wagon that we have there, it's not the biggest capacity, so it is going to take us a number of trips to do it. This tractor that we bought is great. It's not the fastest thing in the world, but it's great. Maybe it would be smarter for me to flip this around and utilize the case, because I think the case goes about 4 or 5 miles per hour faster than this one does. But that's all right. It's our new tractor. We got to enjoy it. So we'll use it, and yeah, let's go from there. Let's get this stuff sold, huh? All right, we are we've got that the old fish lakes and the aquafarm and everything. I think we got that down to a science, and I think we're already ready to put in our 4th trout lake. We're not going to do it today, but I think we're already ready to do another one. We've got those maxed out now at this point with the fish that can be put in there, and yeah, things are looking good. So if we take a look at it, you can see all the fish there. They're maxed. The fish food's maxed on all 3 lakes. We're looking good there. Fish food here, it's not quite max, but it's pretty daggone close. Looks like our mill actually needs to have a couple of things of flour moved. So let me do that really quick. Just bear with me for a minute here. I want to make sure that this can continue to process, and if it's not processing, then that's a problem for us, right? We need it to continue to make us flour, because this is one of the ways we're going to be able to buy another field here in the winter months, is by selling all of this flour. When you tag that in with all the fish that we've been selling and how much we've been making every month based off of that, we're looking really good, man. We're looking really, really good. I'm very excited. Very excited. Really, I think at this point, as much as I would love to, get us to a state where we can buy the fish food production, I think we need one more field. I think I mentioned that before. So really, my goal personally is to get one more field, and then from that point on, we'll look to purchase the fish food production. But yeah, one more I think is going to put us in a really good spot, right? A really good spot. I'm actually just going to go ahead and move a few more of these out of here. We're getting quite a stack over here. But we might as well just move them all out of the way. That way they can continue to process for quite a while. We got a lot of flour here, man. I mean, how many pallets is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Right? 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 10. So there's 20 pallets there. Is that right? Yep, 20 pallets there. That's something, man. That is a huge amount. Huge amount. So we're going to go a bit of a different way. I don't know which way is faster. Maybe it's the other way, maybe it's this way, I don't know. But we made that entrance down here on this field, right, for us to have ease of access to get to, you know, the selling point or the shop or whatever from this field. So we're going to use it this time, and, yeah, we'll go at it from that angle. But I would assume, based off of what we're doing here, that it's probably faster to go this way. But I don't know. Who knows? It does. I mean, it's probably pretty close, right? That really doesn't really matter. It's probably pretty close. Now, I can just drive through these bushes. I know somebody's probably already yelling at me. Well, just drive through the bush. Who cares? Why are you wasting time? You're right, I can, and I have done it. I've done it 100%. Fully admit that I've done it, but most of the time I'm going to try to keep it relatively correct, if you will. The straw is getting a little wet here, so it's probably not going to be the best to pick up here. I don't think the game actually does anything with that. It would be kind of cool if it did. Because, you know, if your straw got wet off the field, that would be a big problem, right? Turn the beacon off for the time being and continue on here. There's a lot of straw to pick up here. There's a lot of straw to pick up here, so... but yeah, we made a ton of money when we went and sold those fish. A ton of money. We almost had $100,000 off the fish. That was awesome. We got 60-something thousand just off the adult trout. So definitely, like I said, probably our goal here in the next couple of months here, once we're done getting all these fields sorted and everything, is really going to be to put another trout lake in, have a fourth one. I mean, ideally, at some point down the road, more than likely everything near our yard is probably going to be a pretty heavy fish lake there, more than anything, right? Those fields are great, but eventually we're probably going to be taking up a lot more of that room just to add some more fish lakes. I want to continue that, and I'm not sure how many more we can do besides one more fish lake, if that makes sense. May only be one more before we're at a point where the Aquafarm can't keep up with the fish lake, if that makes sense, right? But right now, it doesn't really seem like it's too big of a problem. I feel like we could probably do at least 2, maybe 3 more fish lakes, and it would probably be okay. It struggles for a little bit when we're trying to fill the first one up, right? Because, you know, we just don't quite have enough. But once we get that one full, it's not like the lakes chew through the fish that quickly, right? It takes a while. So, yeah, maybe 5 is the way to go. 5 fish lakes, that might be the way to go. But for the time being, we're just going to have those 3, and eventually we'll you know, expand to 4, and we'll see how 4 goes. And if it's as I anticipate, which I think it will be, then we'll go for a 5th one. Now we're almost full here with the straw, and we're going to go sell this. Now I don't expect it to be that much money. I don't think it's the best time to sell straw right now. I think it's one of the weaker times, I think. So let's take a look and see where we're going to sell this straw at. Let me get to the right menu here, or the right tab here. Let's see, straw. Yeah, it's not great. It's not terrible, but it's not great. The animal dealer is the closest thing to us. Well, I guess the railroad's closer. Where the heck is the railroad at? Where is the... Interesting. I don't think we've been there. I wonder if it's there, if it's actually at the train. That's my concern, is if it's at the train, well, you know, it's not really going to work for us, right? That's going to be a bit of a problem. It's $1 difference, but it says it's closer. It doesn't feel like it's closer, but it says it's closer. To me, this feels much closer. Maybe it's because it's going off of this you know, path here. We made our own path, but maybe it's because it's going off this path. You have to go down here and all the way around. Maybe that's why. But to me, I think this is closer. Because here, I have to go all the way down here and back up. It's $1 difference. I'm going to sell it at the animal dealer for the time being, but maybe we will try that one at some point, right? Maybe we'll try that one. I can't see that it's closer. Even though it says it is, it just doesn't look closer to me. I think our little entryway here is it's not being considered. I mean, this is really going to tell me. Yeah, it's definitely closer here. Definitely. Because that just dropped significantly as soon as I got on the road here from what it was. It wasn't like it was like a, you know, like a small drop off, right? It was a huge drop, so 16,100 liters though. It's still going to pay us a couple thousand, which is going to be nice to have. And we're going to have quite a few of these trips that we're going to be doing, right? Quite a few. So probably somewhere in the $8,000 to $10,000 range we'll probably make off of this. Let's see exactly how much we get here per load. A little less than I thought. So it's 1,054 plus 16 environmental score rewards. So we might get 6,000, maybe 5,000 out of this. Somewhere in that range, I think, is probably a more realistic amount now that I know that. For some reason, I thought we were going to get more than that. I don't know why I thought that, but for some reason, I thought we were going to get more than that. So I'll tell you what, I know we did a time lapse already that was relatively long-ish. We're going to do another one, though. We got to get more of this done. We are going to take a peek, though, before we start that. Let's see how the worker is getting on there, because eventually I would suspect the worker is going to be close to being done, and then we want to put them on the smaller field, knowing that, you know, those fields are going to be changed. Yeah, very close to being done, actually. Very, very close. They might even say that they're done now. Yeah, they're saying they're done now. They're not, though. You can see there's clearly areas that need to be touched, but they think they are. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick break for a second, and we will do that time lapse here in just a second. But let's get this finished, and then I can set the worker on doing the field over there. But there's definitely some bits here that need to be touched up, right? Like this, definitely needs to be touched up. And then I'm probably going to actually get this field, these two fields set the way that I'm envisioning them, which I've talked to you about, right? We're going to take part away from this field and add it to that field over there that has yet to be plowed. You know, so it'll shrink this field a little bit more. This field's already been shrunk a little bit, but it's going to shrink it even more. Yeah. And I think, honestly, we can actually expand this field a little bit, too. So we'll probably do that, too. There's definitely some rough edges here that need to be touched up, though. Definitely. I'm not sure why the workers sometimes have issues with that. Doesn't really make sense to me, because this field, at least to this point, has not been touched. It is, you know, straight out the box what the game has. So you would think that it would be able to accomplish the entirety of it, but for whatever reason, it's not. And so, yeah, I don't know. A little weird, though. A little weird, right? A little weird. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is go into here. I want to grab this same texture here if I can find it. Is it this? I can't even tell, to be honest with you. I mean, I kind of think it kind of looks like it. Looks like it's kind of a mixture of things, though, so I don't know. Okay, so let's see if we can do this without causing a bunch of mayhem here. I think that's a pretty good job there, Z. I don't know how I did such a good job there, but that's a pretty good job now. I can't say it's going to be the same about this way, but we're going to give it a shot anyway. So we're putting this down purposely. Now, I could just put grass here, and maybe I should have, but we're going to put this as an actual track here, because what it's going to allow us to do is have ease of access to get back here to these trees. We talked about in the winter, more than likely, we're going to start taking down some of these trees back here because we do own some of those trees. So this is going to allow us to do that, right? And it helps separate what's going to be this field and what is now going to be this field, right? It helps separate all of that. So, and then we'll honestly, it's going to take us a while, I think, to get all that straw up. So honestly, we'll probably have the worker do a little bit of the drilling too. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get everything accomplished today that I wanted. We might have to do a second episode here in September, which is not a problem. There's nothing wrong with doing that. We've done that before, and I said we're allowed to do it here. This isn't specifically any kind of a challenge, and even so, lately on some of those challenges, I've been kind of breaking my own internal rule a little bit and allowing that to happen a little more than I normally would. This is not going to be perfect, and I'm not expecting it to be perfect. Although a lot of times it does drive me crazy when it's not, but I'm just trying to do the best I can to keep it relatively close. There's some bumps here. We might need to smooth this out a little bit. As a matter of fact, I am almost guaranteeing we are going to need to smooth this out a little bit, because there's quite a number of bumps here. More than I expected. Yeah, it's not perfect by any means, but, you know, it's fine. It'll do the trick. It's fine. Drive, drive, drive. We're just going to expand this a little bit more. Nothing crazy, just a little bit. Maybe we should turn the light on. Maybe that'd be a little easier. I went a little too far there. That's all right. We can paint that back up. It's not a big that's not a big deal to me. Really, what I'm trying to get to is I would love to have one of these fields be a canola field, having the full understanding that canola doesn't really make that big of a difference to us, but it will provide us with a little bit of money. Really, all we can do right now is canola wheats and barleys anyway, right? We know that. So that's kind of where I'm wanting to get to, but for the time being, we might as well put something in the ground, and I don't want to have that many fields of wheat and barley, although maybe I should, since we can put it in as a flour. But, you know, the canola we can turn into canola oil as well in that same type of setup, right? So it'll provide us a little bit of extra money here, and then more than likely by the next season, we'll be able to start considering trying to be self-sufficient when it comes to creating fish food. I fully suspect that we will be ready at that point. I don't see any reason to believe that we won't be. So this is going to turn into a relatively decent-sized field now, which is awesome, right? That's awesome. Once I do this, we'll set this on a worker and have the worker try to complete the rest of this. As long as, you know, the AI and everything can figure out that this is a newly generated field and this should be together and it's not connected to that, we'll be in a good spot, but it really just depends on if they're able to do that or not. Alright, let's see. Yes, they did figure it out. Perfect. Alright, so, actually, hold on a second. I want to make sure that I don't have create fields on. I don't want them just going all over the place creating fields. It doesn't look like they were going to based off the GPS, but it's better safe than sorry here at this point, right? Limit to fields, perfect. We should be set right. Everything's good. Put it on a worker. What the hell just happened there? Did you see that? It just bounced up in the air. That was bizarre. Anyway. All right, let's carry on here. Let's try to get this field done today. It would be great if we can do it. If we don't get it done, we don't get it done, right? It's fine. It is what it is. We have more months we can do. This can always be another wheat or barley field. It does not make a difference. More grass will be growing, or weeds will be growing in this instance, but the straw itself should still be here. So it's not a huge deal if we don't get this accomplished today. We are getting up there in time already. It doesn't feel like it. It's just such a fun series. I'm loving this series that it doesn't really feel like we're up there in time, but we are getting up there in time as far as where I like to keep my videos at. So let's get going and let's see what else we can get done. Okay, so my worker's just spinning around in circles going backwards here. I don't think anything really got accomplished. Well, okay, he did one section. He just continues to spin around in circles. Okay, I don't understand what this is all about, but okay. What the hell was that for? I just wasted a ton of money on this guy and he didn't do anything. Wonderful. Wonderful. Great. Just great. Just great. Well, I think that's going to tell you exactly what's going to have to happen here today. We're going to have to do a second episode here in September. There's nothing else for it. We did get all the straw up, though, which is great, and the remainder here I'm bringing over to the pole here. Now, we didn't make anywhere near the amount of money I thought we were going to make. We made literally just over $3,000, so not the greatest, but, you know, whatever. It is what it is. We maybe will be able to pay for the maintenance we have to do to this used tractor with that $3,000, I guess, right? I guess that's one way to look at it. All right, I don't remember where the actual icon is for this, to be fair. I think we've only used it one time. So give me a minute here. I'm going to turn on the icon here just so I can figure out where the hell it is, because I don't remember. It's over here. Yeah, it easily pays for the repair. Now, the repaint value is atrocious on this, but, you know, that's fine. I'm gonna repair this while we're at it, too. We might as well. It's already over here. Why not do it? But yeah, we're going to leave the episode at that point, gang. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, as always, make sure you smash the like and subscribe button for me in the case you've yet to do so. They are free to do. They help me out more than you can possibly imagine. If you have any thoughts, questions, comments, ideas, let me know down below. I'm happy to get back to you on those. Thank you to my members. I cannot thank them enough. If you're interested in that, there's a link down below. You get early access to videos like this one, including the ever-popular competitive one-tile challenge with my friends Rusty Money Gaming and Crustu. Yeah, there's a lot going on right now, man. We've got a lot of good stuff coming. Hopefully we'll have 10,000 subscribers by the end of February, and I can do my little 10,000 subscriber special that I want to do, which is going to be a challenge. I will say that much. that I want any and all to partake in. Anybody that wants to is going to be welcome to do so. I think it'll be a lot of fun if you do partake in it. And yeah, I think that's pretty much all I got. Yeah, I think that's all I got. So we're going to leave it at that point, gang. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for your continued support, more especially than anything else. And I'll see you all in the next one.